Welcome back to the channel. In this episode we have a huge downpour. We experiment with a different way of cooking a simple meal. We spend a beautiful evening in Arras, check out an old ruin, and we pay a fascinating visit to the underground caverns used in the First World War. Whenever we get PayPal or Super Thanks, we turn off the mid-roll ads. Many thanks to these lovely people who helped us to do that. Oh, really chucking it down out there. Blimey. Blimey, O'Reilly. Oh, me. It's forecast, wasn't it, Charlie? We were parked over there, but I've moved it so we're in a bit more shade this morning for our coffee. I think this holds the record for the smallest barrier we've got through. A scarecrow must have a headache. Well, nobody joined us last night, and so far this morning we haven't seen anybody. I think we're beginning to fall in love with France. Off to the right is the village of Marwil. I wonder what this place used to be. The grey tower is connected to what looks like a factory building. So, how was the storm for you?
Well, I heard it when we were in bed. I don't know what time it was. I think it was quite soon after we'd gone to bed. I heard it like heavy rain, wasn't there?
Yeah. I think you slept through most of it.
And then I went to sleep.
I could see the lightning coming through the roof, you know, the curtain.
Through the flaps.
We needed it, didn't we, desperately?
Yeah, clear the air a bit.
Yeah.
It's a lot cooler today, thank goodness. So it's a way to celebrate our 200th night in the van.
200 was it, last night?
Yeah, that's our 200th night.
It's taken a long time to get there, hasn't it? Because of COVID and everything.
Because of COVID, yeah. We would have done a lot more.
Yeah. There's a storm coming in. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? You're safe in here though, aren't you, Charlie?
Cozy in here.
We hope. At last, a little bit of rain to clear the air. Fantastic. We love being in the van when it's raining. You enjoying your storm?
Yeah, it's fun when you're nice and dry and warm.
Starting to splash in through the open flaps now. Now we're into it. That poor woman that went for a walk with her dog.
Can't see a thing now, it's like a mist everywhere.
Some people coming back from a walk. The worst might be past, and just like that it was all over. Wow, that feels better. 4x4 has just taken a look at the barrier and decided to clear off, or maybe they didn't like the look of us. We're having a very lazy morning, so I repositioned the van so that the sun was on the back of it. What are you doing?
I'm trying to mark on the map the car park for the Wellington Caves in Arras.
Ah, yeah. As suggested by that guy at the War Memorial.
Yesterday suggested we go there.
It's going to rain again in a minute, but it's a free car wash whenever it rains. You just dry it off, gets that layer of muck off it. We made sure we gave the van a good airing to get the moisture out. Then we dropped the roof and it was time to be on our way. All done? Weather's looking lovely now, just a gentle breeze. We spotted the ruins of something on the hillside, so decided to take a closer look.
Please, let the wind into your soul and start to breathe.
We found that it was the ruins of an old abbey that stands in the village of Mont Saint Eloi.
It's not just you and me.
When you choose to take the road, sister, sing.
We're sitting on the walls of what looks like a really ancient water trough.
Together we'll be free.
There's a guy up ahead riding a scooter. It's probably one of the fastest scooters I've seen so far. Right, we're arriving at our park up just outside Arras. We're right by the allotments here, just on the back of a park. Got a small river opposite us. Always handy to know where there's water in case it rains hard. I'm cooking tonight, so we got some chicken, onions, tinned mushrooms and a pepper sauce, and we're trying these bottled green beans to see if they're any good. One of the things Carol came up with was if we stack things on trays on these work surfaces, if ever you have to move things quickly, it all goes together as one and it makes it much easier. Now this turned out to be a really easy way to make a meal. You start with a bit of oil and then I just created a bed of onions. I quite like using these tinned mushrooms. They taste fine and all the water has been pre-cooked out of them. Next we're going to lay on these 2 pre-cooked chicken breasts. It's a bit more expensive, but it does away with the need to handle raw chicken. Now I'm adding in the pepper sauce. Stick the green beans on top of that and then spread out the rice and tamp it down to seal all the heat in. We're just on the edge of a park and it's lovely and peaceful here. Bonjour. Other than the onions, we're not really cooking anything. We're more warming it through. Right, time to see if it's worked.
It's a 1-pan pot meal.
Yeah, putting it on the top came from Getaway Geese.
Wow, what a good idea.
Brilliant idea. Chicken.
And that was already cooked when we bought it.
That's already cooked, so it's just warmed it through.
Yeah. And the mushroom sauce. Delicious.
I think this worked very well.
I forgot it was a pepper sauce.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
really delicious, isn't
Pepper
it?
sauce.
Yeah. Needless to say, I went out for a run after all of that, but I think I'm being obscured here in the pack. Later that evening, we decided we'd head into Arras, hoping that it would have calmed down traffic-wise and we could have a nice walk around the town. We're cutting through the narrow back streets, trying to find the central square. Might be lucky to park here. Having gone round the block a couple of times, the answer to that is no. Were you the ones causing all the noise last night? Nobody bothered us here and it felt nice and safe.
Nice and cool today.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm a man on a mission to find a public loo to empty the pee bottle. It's gotta be done. The walls of the old citadel. This looks like the French equivalent of Go Ape. All sorts of platforms here you can climb between the trees. Don't fancy that one. Looks like a springboard. These citadels surrounded by water are quite common here. Mission accomplished. Now I'm back on the way to the van and we're off to see some caves today. I hate to report it, but there's a little baby duck there in the background and these are clearly not its parents. I wonder where its mother is. Maybe that explains all the quacking noise we heard during the night. Stay safe, little duckling. Look where this moorhen has built its nest. You would think in such shallow water it'd still be at risk.
Company Sergeant Major Thomas Patrick Hall addresses a letter to the mother of Sapper Faye, killed in action during the Battle of Arras.
This is Carrière Wellington.
Vous venez d'où?
England.
England?
Yeah.
It's named after a former underground quarry was used by the Allied forces during the First World War. The museum was opened in March 2008 and commemorates the soldiers who built the tunnels and fought in the Battle of Arras in 1917. Got your helmet on? We're all ready to go down into the tunnels. It's cold down in these tunnels, but I'll give you a tip. Don't put your blooming jumper on until you're ready to actually go in, because I am boiling.
The beginning of the First World War, so everything started on the 3rd of August 1914 when Germany declared war to France.
Everybody has to wear these First World War British helmets, and after a while they get a little bit heavy. And the other thing is they really like cramming you into the lift to go down to the tunnels. In 1916, the British forces decided to reuse the underground quarries to plan an offensive against the Germans. During the tour, you travel through the caverns and information is given by projecting it onto the cavern walls, which are made of chalk.
It's because the cities of Nelson and Blenheim are located in the south of New Zealand.
The tunnels were dug by military engineers from New Zealand. Each of the tunnels and caverns were named after prominent places from their home country.
So this is quite impressive for the time, and for some of the soldiers this was the first time they were seeing electricity.
Huge quantities of equipment had been abandoned in these tunnels, and this is a recreation of how they used to sleep. And this display shows some of the many bottles that were found after excavation. The tunnels were created to close the distance between no man's land and the enemy's front line. Thousands of men were down here waiting for the order to attack, and many of them would come to this chapel to say their prayers.
Almighty Father, we bless thee this day for thine infinite goodness to us and all men. Thy third fight with all thy might, Christ is thy strength and Christ thy light. Lay on thy and it shall be thy joy and crown eternally. Run the straight race, Lord's good grace, lift up thine eyes and see his face. Life with its way before us lies. Christ is the path and Christ the pride.
The men would have filed through these passageways to the concealed exits, which would allow them to surge forward and attack the enemy.
We are the day of the battle, the 9th of April 1917. The soldiers are ready, and at 5:40 a.m. they are going to go and fight. And we are going to see one of these exits, exit number 10, and we are going to be joined with the last words of the soldier Preston.
Bikers are going to have to don their kit, and here comes Daisy May. Hello, Daisy May.
Look, it's raining.
Weather's changed again.
Yeah, we knew it was going to.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad day today, isn't it?
Yeah, at least we're not on bikes. That's comfortable to ride though.
Maybe we should get one and do the next tour on one of those.
Not in this weather.
The windscreen wiper just fell off. We were lucky, weren't we? We weren't doing any speed or anything.
Yeah, we'd have been going along the motorway,
Yeah.
but we'd have lost that.
Okay, we're back in action. We've called in at the local supermarket for some supplies. Carol's inside getting a few things for lunch, and I've stayed with the van because we can't be bothered to lock it all up.
Why'd you have to get that at all?
That's why I parked near to the entrance for you. Did you get all the goodies?
Can I show you what I got? 5 litres of water
Yeah.
in quite a sturdy container. Some more chocolate, Hano chocolat stick.
Yummy. Ooh,
And I think
flan. We
for-
love flan, don't we?
And some pate. So I've got
Right,
the
yeah.
rough stuff for you and
Yeah.
smooth for me.
Okie dokie. So I'm going
Left.
left.
Your left lane.
Is that a bin liner she's wearing, or
Looks like it.
it looks like a bin liner?
Well, it does the job over your rucksack.
Yeah,
I
it's
suppose.
really good.
Yeah. but
I'm all for
Made sleeves in
ingenuity. I don't like the fact that her lock sticks out like it does.
No.
That could be hooked by something passing.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that at all. Something that's been made rather than she's just punched 2 holes in it.
Yeah. Look good quality.
Yeah. You can never miss a pharmacy in France. They really do like to
I think
advertise.
that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
We
I
should
think it
do
is,
that
yeah.
in the UK, so you can spot them easily.
Let you do it for me. I pump the gas. You know what to do with these infernal machines.
No. See what the lady in front does.
It looked like she just started pumping. I didn't see her touch anything.
Did you see how much it was?
What, the diesel? Beggars can't be choosers, Charlie.
No, I know, but I was just
We
wondering.
need some.
The petrol is over €2 a litre.
Yeah.
The diesel's under. Fill your tank, then pay at the cash desk.
Okay. Is it 0?
Yeah.
We're all full. 35.5 litres, €64.
Wouldn't want to just stop in this lay-by here.
No. Too near the
Fast
traffic,
road,
isn't it? Yeah.
Leaving the old life behind, giving the new one a try, making the past as we go, trying a new way to grow, finding a new way to define the way our life is in this time, changing familiar thoughts as we go, shaping the world that we show.
We're not really supposed to be here.
No, well, we're not
But
doing any harm.
We're not doing any harm.
A little spot by the canal.
And it's a nice little spot for lunch. So I'm going to park here on the principle of what's the worst that can happen. We just get asked to move. Lunchtime.
Go and prepare the makings.
Lovely. So as you can see, we're down by a large canal, right next to a rather large lock. And as you can see, it's still raining, but we don't mind.
Ham cheese baguette.
I've got pate and cheese.
Tomatoes, olives and crisps.
Can't beat having your little home travelling around with you wherever you go. Everywhere is a place for lunch or a place to have a lovely nap. What's this, half a slice?
Half a slice for now because it's only lunchtime. We've had a big baguette.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get custard slices like this in the UK, but nowadays they're so watery, aren't they?
Yeah.
And lacking flavour. And that's got real
Intense custard flavour.
taste. It's just delicious.
You haven't seen anything go by on this canal. Then all of a sudden, water started coming out of the lock. The door's going up. It's creaking. It's like watching some sort of sci-fi film, wondering what's going to come out. What is it going to be? It's alright, it was only a barge. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to help turn off the mid-roll ads in the next episode, then you'll find the link to PayPal in the description, or you can use the Super Thanks button. Any amount can do this. We know money is tight, so if you can't afford to do that, then the best way you can help us is by hitting that subscribe button and giving us a like.